What's up, everybody? This video doesn't have really anything to do with politics per se. I was just dropping my rent check in the box, and it's weird how little things in life will take you back to moments that you've experienced, or make you think of where you were at that time, or whatever. But so as I was walking to drop the rent check, my neighbor works at Walmart, and he works night shift. And it's cold in PA right now, so he was heating up his car. And I don't know, just walking past it, it made me think years ago when I barely had a car. Like my car at that time wouldn't start a lot of times, and there was a lot of times that after working the whole night shift I would go out and it wouldn't start, and I would be sitting in the parking lot for 2 hours. And I don't know, man. Nostalgia is a really weird thing, because you can have nostalgia for things that um, made you happy as a child. You can have nostalgia for things that made you happy in the past. There's also a sense of nostalgia, at least for me in my life, of things where times might not have been going so well. And though I'm glad to be out of those times, for some reason I miss them. So, I don't know, I guess just walking back, thinking about that, I kind of thought to myself, rather than miss those times, and rather than being envious of those times, because those times were not good times for me to be envious of. Um, Back then I was, like I said, I had a terrible car that wouldn't start half the time. Working night shift at Walmart wasn't very much fun either. I at the time was driving to an out of town Walmart to work for $8 an hour. So I mean, I was basically paying my gas to get back and forth to work. Um, and at the same time, I was, shoulder deep in a horrible opiate addiction, and just all around drug addiction. Um, those were not good times or times for me to be envious of. But for some reason tonight, in this, cool winter air, it made me envious of those times. I got a sense of nostalgia over them. And after kind of reflecting on that a little bit, I just kind of thought, rather than be envious of those times, just be thankful that I had them. And be thankful for where I'm at now. Be thankful for where you're at now. And if you're not in a good spot, like I wasn't back then, even though it might not seem like it, one day you might look back at those times and be envious of them. Maybe one day you might look back at the times you're in now, or maybe even the times we are all in right now, with the political atmosphere and just the state of the country and the state of our lives with COVID and the state of the economy and just everything. And you might be envious of it. A lot of times, even when you're not living your best life, you're not in the best spot, you are living. And life can surely get dull. And you might just look back at the moment you're in right now and miss it one day. As much as I'd like to say I don't miss those times, I do miss those times. My responsibilities were a lot less than they are now. I had a sense of, I want to say freedom, but I don't know if I mean freedom totally. Back then, that now I have a lot more depending on me. I have a lot more riding on what I'm doing now. And, you know, times were just a lot less serious then. So, even if you're going through some hardships right now, just, you know, be aware that you're alive, and that's what you should be thankful for. And one day you might just look back and be really thankful that you went through all of it and came out on the other end. Because I really am. And, you know, being over a year now without opiates, besides the Suboxone program that I'm on, which is a whole nother video. Being off of the illegal drugs, and having a clear, you know, a clearer head than I've ever had it since I was 13 years old. I'm really thankful that I came through it, and I'm really lucky that I came through it. Because there were a lot of times that I was just telling my wife that, you know, I woke up with my head in my lap. And damn near turned blue a lot of times. And these are all from prescription pain meds, you know. So I'm just really thankful that I came out on the other side. So, like I said, nostalgia is a weird thing, but just be thankful for where you're at right now, because you might look back and really miss it one day. But you should always be thankful for where you're at now. And if you don't like where you're at now, then change it, because it's only up to you. It's just your life. So, I don't know, guys. You have a great night, and thank you so much for watching. I did break 50 subscribers not too long ago, so I'm really, really happy about that. I know 50 is not a big number, but it's a big number to me. So if you guys could share any of my content, like any of my content, if you appreciate it, let me know. And I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate you watching. So thank you, and I'll catch you next time. Be safe and have a good night.